full of liquor, then we dive in it. Pull him to the side, let me slide in it.
Alright, SmackDown for March 28th. Began with Cody. Cody Rhodes opened to a big reception. RKO interrupts, and then Drew McIntyre also interrupts. And Drew made a good point about Randy Orton needing to go back to the end of the line for his shot at the championship. And that does make sense. You just don't come back and cut the line. First match was Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly. No, that is their name, isn't it? Pretty Deadly.
Yep.
I was about to call them the Pretty Boys. Well, anywho, Pretty Boys lost to the Street Profits. Next one was Caden Carter and Katana Chance versus the Secret Service, which was Alba Fire and Piper Niven's new tag team. They lost to the Secret Service, and they were about to get squashed after the match until Selena Vega came in, but she ended up getting squashed. Next match was LA Knight versus Braun Strowman for the U.S. Championship, which ended up becoming a DQ because of interference from Jacob Fatu. He crushed both of them, though. Michin versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair won that match, and then Naomi comes out and attacks Michin and B-Fat, who was ringside with Michin. Jade Cargill comes in and makes the save. Then we have Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre won that match because of Kevin Owens. He distracted Randy Orton. Jimmy Uso versus The Miz. Jimmy Uso won. Then we ended the show with the contract signing of CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Raw for March 31st from London. Cody Rhodes and John Cena opened the show. They have a little back and forth before they come to blows. Cody came out on top of that. First match was the New Day versus the New Catch Republic, which was Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate from the NXT. They were the NXT UK champions, former. New Day won that match. Then we had Jimmy Uso versus Gunther. Gunther won. Then we had a match between Penta and Braun Breaker versus the Judgment Day, consisting of Rey Mysterio and Finn Balor. The Judgment Day won. Then we had Gunther attack the Usos. He tied Jay to the ropes, and then he destroyed Jimmy. Logan Paul and AJ Styles, they cut a promo, and then they fight. Then the last match of the evening was Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship, with Bianca Belair as the referee. That ended in a double disqualification, with Io still retaining her belt. And that was Raw.
Okay. Two things. Wrestler of the Week.
I choose Gunther for taking care of business.
You always choose Gunther's boring butt.
He beat up the pretty boys.
What? Why are you calling the Usos the pretty boys?
Because they ain't anymore.
How dare you? But since we're on the Usos, that once again, like I told you the other day when I saw the match, it looked off-putting when Jay was trying to rip himself off the thing. Because I'm like, he could easily do this, and then I had to remember that science is a thing, and it has no friction to be able to break easily. Because I was just very confused why Jay didn't actually get off yet. Also, they were covered in blood, which was disgusting to me. Like, Gunther even licked some of it.
Wasn't it terrible?
I know they had to take tests for that. Just to make sure. Because, contamination. It was just so gross. We're going to talk about Naomi. Naomi's been crashing out even more. She jumped 2 of the girls last week, which was great. But I don't know if anyone's noticed about what was on her neck in her promo video when she was talking all that trash. And
what was that?
She had a razor blade on her. And it's like, that's concerning. What kind of symbolism was that supposed to mean? Because a lot of the times you'll notice they have symbolism with their outfits, so it's really weird that that was there. If that's supposed to be part of the symbolism for something.
Well, she had on her new costume now. It's a nice look. That black and yellow. That yellow caution tape. Did you notice that?
I did, but the razor blade is a whole different story, though. That's why I was confused about it.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I had to go back and look.
Bianca Belair getting hit twice at those shows on Monday. That was not okay. She should have clocked them out earlier, but she didn't. She had more grace. She only clocked out after Io did what she did.
Yeah.
And my thing is, I knew Rhea wasn't gonna win because Rhea keeps, for some reason, escalating things that she doesn't need to. And then she gets overly ambitious with Bianca, and it's like, why are you doing that? She's not your opponent right now, so I don't see why you're doing that. Oh, okay, I got it. Judgment Day. So Finn Balor's little not freak out, but what he said, and Liv picked up on it, and everybody else was like, it's fine. He's gonna get overthrown, or he is going to leave. Because he said, my match, I won. I am gonna go talk to Pierce about getting another shot at the belt against Braun Breaker. And Liv did not like that, which makes sense because, dude, you're barely doing anything for real. All your quote-unquote lackeys are taking the big hits. You're doing nothing. Okay, seeing as I had slipped on my jobs on the internets for a minute, I had picked back up. You were absolutely correct that they had got married. They just posted the pictures 4 to 5 days after their wedding, so it was I didn't see it. But, the wrestlers are a little inept. I get they're supposed to pretend they don't like each other off screen. Normally some of them are really good at it, but they kind of made some slip-ups over the weekend that I noticed because I'm being on the internet. And they had posted that they were at least 4 of them posted that they were at the same spa on the same day while they were in Europe. And my first thought is, y'all are all supposed to be beefing, and certain people are in the background, shot. That does not play out for the blocking out the whole thing,
Well, see, they're relaxing what they used to call the kayfabe. That was when back in the day when
I know, but sometimes it takes
So
us
they
to
shouldn't have to. They shouldn't have to mess up their lives trying to live that shit 24/7.
That's real, but sometimes it messes up that immersion. Cause there was another video being posted in some club where who's that big guy? I forget his name.
Braun Breaker?
No, Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
Braun Breaker should be coming back. He posted something on his Instagram account about him being okay now, so he should be coming back soon. But Braun Strowman, it was Braun Strowman, Damian Priest, this one girl who like barely wrestles now. I don't know her name. She was a part of a tag team. Braids or dreads. I don't know how to explain what she looks like. Yeah guy. I forget his name. But they were all at a
Tangaloa?
Yeah, Tangaloa. They were all at a bar partying, and people had like caught them, and it was really funny because you just see them all like making faces at the camera or doing random things. So I appreciate that, but like also, y'all breaking this a little bit for me. I respect it, but how dare?
I don't know if you know this, but the most famous episode of that is back in the day. There was a incident where the Iron Sheik and Hacksaw Jim Duggan were caught. They were driving together in a car. They were speeding, and the sheriff pulled them over, and they was busted smoking weed. And these two were supposed to be mortal enemies. They had just left a match that they fought, and here they are in the car together, driving together to the next match. And I think that was the most famous incident of kayfabe breaking.
That just reminds me of how Jey Uso and Braun Breaker have been posting pictures online together, or just driving together, and people just keep catching him, and it's like, y'all were fighting like a month ago. That's okay. Oh, okay. I just remembered now. That I thought the favor was being clocked in. I was so sure that CM Punk was clocking in the favor, just for him to say that wasn't the favor. What is the favor? But Roman's face dropped.
I bet you there's not a favor. It's just he's using psychology on them to psych them out.
Maybe.
I like how Paul Heyman, though, you see he mouthed the cuss word. I forgot what he mouthed out. It was hilarious right before the TV shut off.
But like also
I think it was like, what the fuck, or oh hell no, or oh shit, or something like that. Right after he said the favor.
Just funny. But Seth Rollins, honestly, he makes me mad. He is not a sympathetic character in any possible way. He is just really annoying to me because he believes that he is a victim in every possible way here.
Yeah, he was funny. He was like, no, don't let him have his WrestleMania moment. No.
And Roman is very calm.
Very adamant about that.
Roman.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying Roman was very calm. He's already normally calm, but like his face shifted a bit, but he wasn't like Seth Rollins throwing a temper tantrum, crying about it, and being a little bitch. Which is like, there's two sides of that coin for me. Roman either gets really angry, or he just lets it roll off his back. But Seth Rollins wants to kill you because you did something slightly wrong in his eyes. You could drop an ice cream cone on the floor, and this man would still think you were in the wrong, and you hurt him. And that's honestly less fun for me, because he's just a whiny little bitch. Was that too mean? Man.
No.
He just reminds me of like that kid who pulled somebody else's hair, and now they're mad because that kid hit them.
Because I don't